Okay, so you're thinking about a career as a locksmith. Huh. Well,
Interesting.
we've got some really great resources here to help get you prepared.
Yeah.
A full career guide, a detailed interview guide,
Uh-huh.
and even some information on how RoleCatcher can use AI to give you an edge.
Neat.
So let's unlock the secrets to acing that interview, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, so what's fascinating about this deep dive is that you're not just looking to understand what a locksmith does,
Right.
but also how to really showcase your skills and experience
Yeah.
to land the job.
Mm-hmm.
It's about connecting your passion with the practical realities of this profession.
Absolutely.
Ah.
So let's jump right into the interview guide and tackle some of those common questions.
Sounds good.
The first one is always a classic. What inspired you to become a locksmith?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
This question is all about showcasing your genuine interest and motivations.
Right.
Think beyond simple answers like, I like working with my hands, or,
I like keys.
I like keys. Instead, try connecting your personal interests to the core values of the profession.
Okay, so for example,
Yeah.
if you've always enjoyed problem solving
Huh.
and helping people, you could say something like,
Yeah.
I've always been drawn to challenges that require both critical thinking and a practical approach.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of using those skills to help people feel safe and secure is incredibly rewarding to me.
That's great. Yeah,
What do you think?
that's a good answer. And then the interviewer might follow up with something like,
that.
can you give me a specific example of a time
Yeah.
when you used your problem-solving skills to help someone?
Yeah.
This is where you can really shine by sharing a real-life experience.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe you help a neighbor who's locked themselves out of their house.
Perfect.
You can describe how you assess the situation,
Uh-huh.
the tools that you used, and how you ultimately solved the problem.
Right. And that's a great example because it not only answers the question,
Right.
but also demonstrates your composure, your customer service skills,
Mhm.
and technical abilities.
Yeah.
Remember, interviewers are looking for evidence of your skills,
Right.
not just claims.
And that's where RoleCatcher can be so helpful.
Oh, absolutely.
Its AI can actually analyze your past experiences and help you identify situations that best demonstrate those qualities
Right.
for specific job roles.
Exactly. Now, let's move on to another common question.
Okay.
What experience do you have working with different types of locks?
Okay, now this one can be a bit tricky
Yeah.
if you haven't had the opportunity to work with every type of lock out there.
Right.
So what's the best way to approach this?
Honesty is key.
Yeah.
Focus on the types of locks you have worked with
Okay.
and describe your proficiency in detail,
Mm-hmm.
then express your willingness to learn new systems.
Yeah.
You could say something like, I have extensive experience with traditional mechanical locks,
Mm-hmm.
including deadbolts and mortise locks. I'm also familiar with basic electronic locks, and I'm eager to expand my knowledge of more advanced systems.
Mm-hmm. That shows that you're both knowledgeable and have a desire to learn,
Right.
which is a great combination.
Exactly. And speaking of knowledge,
Yeah.
the career guide emphasizes the importance of staying up to date in this field.
It does.
So the interviewer might ask,
Okay.
how do you stay current with the latest industry trends and technologies?
That's a good question.
This is your opportunity to showcase your commitment to professional development.
Okay. So I could mention any relevant certifications I hold or am pursuing
Yes.
and highlight my engagement with industry publications, workshops, or online forums.
Exactly. You could even say something like,
Okay.
I'm a member of the Associated Locksmiths of America, and I regularly attend their workshops and conferences.
Mm-hmm.
I also subscribe to industry magazines and participate in online locksmithing communities
Oh, wow.
to exchange knowledge and best practices.
So it's like you're saying, I'm not just here for a job.
Yeah.
I'm passionate about this field.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Now,
Okay.
let's tackle a question that can sometimes throw people off.
Okay.
How do you handle difficult or unhappy clients?
Oh, yeah,
We all know they exist.
they do.
So how do we address this without sounding negative or
Yeah.
inexperienced?
Right.
Focus on your communication and problem-solving skills.
Okay.
Highlight your ability to remain calm,
Mhm.
empathetic, and solution-oriented.
So instead of dwelling on a negative client interaction,
Right.
I could say something like, I understand that dealing with frustrated clients is part of the job.
Uh-huh.
I approach those situations with patience and understanding,
Yeah.
listening carefully to their concerns,
Mm-hmm.
and focusing on finding a solution that meets their needs while maintaining professional boundaries.
That's perfect.
What do you think?
Yeah, it shows that you can handle those challenging situations with grace and professionalism.
Okay.
Remember, RoleCatcher can also help you practice these scenarios and refine your communication style
Okay.
based on the specific expectations of the job you're applying for.
Now, that's incredibly valuable.
It is.
Okay, let's move on to a question that's particularly relevant to locksmithing.
Okay.
How do you ensure the safety of yourself and others while on the job?
Right. Safety is paramount in any trade.
Yeah.
And this question is about demonstrating your awareness
Okay.
of potential hazards and your commitment to safe practices.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the safety procedures you follow and the equipment that you use.
So if I'm asked about installing locks, I could say something like, when installing locks,
Okay.
I always prioritize safety by assessing the work area for potential hazards. I use appropriate safety gear and follow established procedures to ensure a secure and safe installation.
That's great.
What do you think?
Yeah, you're demonstrating that safety is at the forefront of your mind in
Right.
every aspect of your work.
And it's not just about reciting safety protocol.
Yeah.
It's about showing that you genuinely prioritize the well-being of yourself and others.
Absolutely. Speaking of prioritizing,
Yeah.
let's discuss a question that assesses your ability to adapt.
Okay.
Describe a time when you had to install a lock in a non-traditional location. The career guide actually highlights the variety of work locksmiths encounter.
I remember that anecdote about the unique installation. It sounds like this question is all about showcasing problem-solving skills and adaptability.
Precisely.
Okay.
Think back to a time when you had to install a lock in an unusual spot,
Yeah.
maybe an oddly shaped door or in a tight space.
Okay.
Describe the obstacles that you faced,
Yeah.
the steps you took to overcome them,
Okay.
and how you ensured a secure installation.
That's a great example of showcasing your ability to think outside the box.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And RoleCatcher can actually help you brainstorm potential scenarios
Okay.
and refine your answers to highlight these qualities.
This is amazing. It's like having a personalized coach to guide me through each step of the interview process.
Okay. Now let's address a question that focuses on a fundamental skill.
Okay.
What experience do you have with key cutting and duplication?
Okay.
The guide emphasizes that even seemingly basic tasks
Fun.
require expertise.
Right. Yeah. So I should talk about the types of key cutting machines I've used, the procedures I follow, and my track record for accuracy.
Right. And if you have experience with more specialized key types,
Right.
like high security keys or electronic keys, definitely mention those as well.
Okay.
It's all about showcasing the breadth of your skills.
And once again, RoleCatcher can help tailor my answer to the specific job requirements.
It can.
Okay, let's face it, not every client is a dream client.
Right.
So how do you handle difficult or unhappy clients?
This is where your interpersonal skills really shine.
Okay.
The interviewer wants to see that you can stay calm, professional, and solution-oriented.
Right. So I should provide a concrete example of a situation where I successfully navigated a difficult client interaction.
Yes, exactly. Focus on your communication skills, your empathy,
Okay.
and your ability to find a resolution that satisfied the client.
You know, this deep dive is really helping me understand not just the technical aspects of locksmithing, but also the importance of soft skills and how to present myself effectively in an interview.
And that's key to landing that dream job now.
Yeah.
For the final question in this set,
Okay.
let's discuss, how do you ensure the security and confidentiality of your clients?
Okay, this one is all about demonstrating professionalism and trustworthiness.
You need to emphasize that you take this responsibility seriously.
Right.
Explain your procedures for handling client data. Maybe you have a system for securing keys or keeping records confidential.
And it's worth mentioning that I'm aware of any relevant regulations
Absolutely.
or best practices for data protection.
Yeah. RoleCatcher can actually help you stay informed
Oh, wow.
about those industry standards and incorporate them into your answers.
This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of locksmithing interviews.
It has.
We've covered so much ground already.
Yeah.
What else is in store for our listeners?
Well, now that we've tackled some tough interview questions, it's time to unlock the power of RoleCatcher
Okay.
and explore how its AI can truly give you an edge in your job search.
Sounds good.
Let's do it. Welcome back. We've just explored some common locksmith interview questions.
Yeah.
And now it's time to unlock the power of RoleCatcher and see how its AI can help you stand out.
I'm really intrigued by this RoleCatcher thing. We've touched on how it can tailor answers and give feedback, but I'd love to understand how it actually works its magic.
Okay, so imagine this. You're applying for a job at a high security firm.
Okay.
RoleCatcher can analyze that specific job posting and pull out the key skills that they're looking for. Maybe it's experience with electronic access systems, knowledge of specific security protocols, or even experience with a certain type of lock.
So it's not just about generic locksmithing skills.
Right.
It's about pinpointing what this particular employer wants.
Exactly.
That's brilliant.
And here's where it gets really interesting. RoleCatcher then compares those specific requirements to your resume, your skills, and even your practice interview answers.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It actually reads my resume and listens to my answers.
It does.
That's incredible.
And then it provides personalized feedback.
Okay.
Maybe you haven't highlighted your experience with electronic systems enough, or perhaps your answer about troubleshooting could use a bit more detail.
Okay.
RoleCatcher helps you refine those elements to make your application stronger and more tailored to that specific job.
It's like having a customized checklist for each job application, making sure I'm hitting all the right points.
Precisely. And remember those certifications we talked about earlier? The Certified Professional Locksmith, the Certified Registered Locksmith, even the Certified Master Locksmith.
Yeah, they sound impressive, but to be honest, I'm not sure I fully understand what they entail or which ones are most important.
That's where RoleCatcher can be incredibly helpful.
Okay.
It can actually tell you which certifications are most valued in your target industry or location. For example, maybe that Master Locksmith certification is essential for a certain type of job, giving you a competitive advantage.
So it's not just about what I know.
Right.
It's about knowing which qualifications will make me stand out to potential employers.
Yeah.
That's a game changer.
It is. RoleCatcher can help you prioritize your professional development efforts, focusing on the certifications and training that will give you the biggest return on investment.
This is blowing my mind.
I know, it's great.
It's like having a career counselor and interview coach all rolled into one.
And it's all powered by AI. It's constantly learning and evolving, just like the locksmithing field itself.
Speaking of evolution, remember how we talked about the variety of work locksmiths do?
Yeah.
The guide mentioned installing and repairing everything from traditional mechanical locks to high-tech electronic systems.
Absolutely. And of course, let's not forget those emergency calls.
Right.
Helping people get back into their homes, cars, or businesses when they're locked out.
Yeah.
That's a critical part of the job.
But I'm curious, with technology advancing so rapidly, how do you think the role of a locksmith will change in the future?
Right.
Will they need to become cybersecurity experts for our physical spaces?
That's a fantastic question, and one that RoleCatcher can actually help you explore.
Okay.
It can analyze industry trends and identify emerging technologies that might impact the locksmithing field.
So maybe we'll see locksmiths becoming experts in things like smart homes, biometric locks, and the integration of technology into security systems.
It's definitely a possibility the locksmiths of the future might need to be as comfortable with software and networks as they are with picks and wrenches.
That's a fascinating thought.
Yeah.
It sounds like this profession is going to become even more diverse and challenging.
And with tools like RoleCatcher, aspiring locksmiths can stay ahead of the curve, ensuring they're prepared for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful.
It has.
We've gone from the basics of locksmithing to advanced interview techniques, and even explored the potential impact of AI on the profession.
It's been a pleasure unlocking these insights with you.
But before we wrap things up, let's revisit that locksmith interview guide.
Okay.
And put all of our knowledge into practice with some more in-depth practice questions.
That's a great idea. Let's dive back into those sample questions and really hone our interview skills.
All right, we're back for the final part of our locksmithing deep dive.
Let's do it.
We've explored the career path, learned about the power of RoleCatcher, and now it's time to put all that knowledge into practice with some more detailed interview prep. Okay, so we've already talked about some common questions like what inspired you to become a locksmith, and what experience do you have working with different types of locks?
Right.
But what about those questions that really dig into your problem-solving abilities?
Yeah, those are crucial. One example is, describe a time when you had to troubleshoot a malfunctioning lock.
Okay.
Interviewers want to see that you can think critically, analyze situations, and find solutions.
So it's not enough to just say, I'm good at troubleshooting.
Right.
I need to provide a specific example that demonstrates my process.
Exactly. Choose a scenario where you encountered a particularly challenging lock.
Okay.
Walk the interviewer through your steps. How did you diagnose the problem? What tools did you use? What was your thought process?
And don't be afraid to highlight the challenges you faced and how you overcame them.
Yes.
That shows resilience and a willingness to learn.
Absolutely. Now, RoleCatcher's AI can be incredibly helpful here. It can actually analyze your past experiences and help you structure your answers to highlight those key problem-solving skills.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears to a question
Okay.
that focuses on a different aspect of the job.
Right.
How do you ensure the security and confidentiality of your clients?
This question is all about demonstrating your professionalism and trustworthiness.
Okay.
Locksmiths often handle sensitive information,
Right.
so you need to show that you take that responsibility seriously.
So I should explain my procedures for handling client data, like how I secure keys and keep records confidential.
Exactly. And it's worth mentioning that you're aware of any relevant regulations or best practices for data protection.
Right. RoleCatcher can actually help me stay informed about those industry standards, right?
It's like having a built-in resource for all things locksmithing.
I like it. Okay, so
Now let's talk about a question that might come up if you're applying for a job that involves working with businesses or organizations. How do you assess the security needs of a client's property?
okay, this sounds like a more complex question
Yeah.
that requires a deeper understanding of security principles.
It does think about how you would approach evaluating a property.
Okay.
Would you consider the location, the type of building, the existing security measures?
Mm-hmm.
Would you inquire about the client's specific concerns and vulnerabilities?
I'd also want to stay updated on the latest security threats and technologies to ensure I'm providing the most relevant recommendations.
Excellent point now.
Okay.
Let's wrap up with a question that explores your commitment to professional growth.
All right.
What are your long-term career goals as a locksmith?
Okay, this is a great opportunity to show that I'm not just looking for a job, but a career.
Exactly. You could discuss your aspirations for specializing in a particular area of locksmithing.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps electronic security systems or high-security locks.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're interested in eventually starting your own business.
It's all about demonstrating that I have a vision for my future in this field.
And that's key to leaving a lasting impression on the interviewer.
Well, this deep dive has been an incredible journey. We've unlocked a wealth of knowledge about the locksmithing profession, explored the power of AI for career advancement, and even practiced some tough interview questions.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you.
Absolutely. And remember, whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro, the keys to success in any field are continuous learning adaptability and a passion for what you do.
So go out there, unlock your potential, and turn your locksmithing dreams into reality.